Alright everybody, back with this Data East or DECO lock and chase cabinet. So I moved it downstairs into my I have a little workroom setup going on here. And I'm going to start putting it back together. I have everything cleaned out. But one of the things I wanted to show is first I've been researching, let me come in here, like that, there we go. I've been researching the different cabinet models, and this is a DS-1U3. And as you can see in the previous video, this is the profile that it has. And it is a lock and chase with the wood grain. And there's also other models as well. But one of the things I thought was interesting as I was cleaning off the top, you can see where there's a whole bunch of cigarette burns. This is a nice flat top, kind of like a Nintendo cabinet. And they were definitely taking advantage of putting out their cigarettes on the top. The vinyl is kind of burnt off there. So I thought that was interesting. I screwed in some of these screws. I assume that's original. They were kind of backing out. And I also found out that these brackets here are also original. I thought maybe there was some extra thing. I don't know what they do. Damn, they're supposed to move up. I don't know why I can't get that one to move up, but they are original. So I am going to clean them up and put it back on. I'm gonna de-rust them, clean them, and then probably paint them because they're anodized. And if I put it in Evaporust, the anodized finish is gonna come off. So that's okay. So I'm gonna de-rust that. I do have a bulb. I need to order some more bulbs. This is I think a FL10, a 10-inch bulb like Nintendo's, or FT10. And I'll just show. Let me come right back. Show the back light in here without a little bit of shadow there, but you can see. Hopefully you can see that. I got plenty of dirt out there. I cleaned the entire inside, simple grained it. Yeah, it's got a ton. Well, you might not be able to see all the dirt on there, but plenty of dirt and dust that came out. It's still a little bit stained, probably from some drinks or something that floated down. Spilled down, but everything looks good. It's pretty clean inside. So I'm going to do the bottom next and replace the leg levelers. I'll show you. All right, so I'll cut in some pictures I took of the bottom. They had a piece of wood here. And it was missing a leg leveler on this side, and they had a piece of wood nailed there, piece of wood nailed there. There's two basically wheels for the rear to roll, and then you have this bracket with threaded. It's already threaded inside the wood mount. So there's, you put in some bolts, and then there's a hole right here to put the leg leveler through, just like on this side. Unfortunately, it was missing, so I have to do something different, and I cannot find, unless I have somebody make this bracket, which isn't going to be worth it. And then I have this replacement leg levelers like this. So what I'm going to do is put in a normal 2-inch by 2-inch, and instead of having it like this, where the holes are, because they don't quite line up, obviously I'm just going to turn it like this, and that way I should not disturb the leg where the holes are, and it's countersunk with some T-nuts probably from the backside. So I'm going to drill some holes and mount this leg lever plate. Hopefully this works out. There we go. Got my leg levers back on using the original mounting plate over there, and then I used a different mounting plate here. I just turned it so I wouldn't interfere with the countersunk T-nuts in there. So put this back on, and the bottom is done. Alright, now it's time to basically disassemble this thing here. I'm going to go ahead and take off Dang, if I can't, I guess I can't take that off. Need a different screwdriver. To undo the cage, there's these screws on the bottom. Can you see this somewhat? See, yeah. So these two here, if you can see it, and these two here, and that should release the whole cage. So these, I don't know if they're really screws as much as bolts, kind of, but that should release the cage, and then we should be able to get that off. Alright, now it's almost ready to come off now. I can get the whole, but we have our audio that's plugged into our amp, so we gotta unplug that. And we need to unplug our power cord grounding strap over here. And I think, what else do we have? We got one more grounding right there. Put the screw back in so I don't lose it. Alright, cool. Got everything out. And that is filthy. So that is, zoom in a little bit. This looks like the amplifier. Does it have a, looks like it has a bridge rectifier on it. Okay, so it's getting some power here. These yellow lines are coming from, that is the unregulated 12 volts, I bet. Goes through this bridge rectifier. I don't know what that pot does. And there are, on this heat sink, it looks like there's a couple amplifiers. Is what my assumption would be. But, or one's an amplifier and one's something else. But we'll take that off. I'm probably gonna have to undo this to get this all out. Got a line filter. I don't know what that is to, because let's see here, power comes in. Got our ground. This is a switch potentially, but it's not used. I guess it's like a key switch. I'll show you that in a little bit, which is interesting. All right, cool. Let me disassemble some of this. I'll be back. All right, I stopped filming, but I'm getting the fan off of here, so I figured I'd film a little bit more. That is gross. Oh my gosh. So filthy. Alright, so I'm going to rinse this off. It says it's 115 volt, but I think it's getting fed 100 volts. But it's an AC fan there. Tobishi Kosan or something like that. I'm going to leave it. It has a cool little AC plug that you plug this little thing into, and I'm going to clean this grate out as well. How did that go? Like this? Oh shit. Forgot how it went. I think it went like that. Alright. Yeah, that switching power supply, actually, there's a fuse inside of there, if you can see it, right there. And there's obviously some caps and stuff. I don't know, I might take that apart. I'm not sure. It's working, so I don't know. But getting all of this stuff off the board is going to be somewhat problematic, I think. Yeah, it's going to suck. It is going to suck. There's that board. Let me see if I can get these transformers off and at least keep everything assembled, but push it off to the side and then get the board off. Alright, I got everything off and still connected. A lot of little jumpers that I'm going to have to make sure I get back on there, and I'm I'm going to try to take these off and de-rust some of the parts and clean up the wires if I can. Going to take this board outside, get all that dust off of there, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I desoldered got everything off the table, bench and stuff, cleaned it up. I desoldered the soundboard. I'm going to test these caps in a little bit, but I figured I would take this apart here. Yeah, you can see this. Okay, all you do is lift up these tabs, and then this dongle or security key or whatever you want to call it will slide right out like that. And the power gets plugged in. Wow, they got jumpers all over the place on this thing. Gets plugged in right here into this backplane board. So you can, I guess, get that unplugged, I guess. I'll worry about that later. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Very dirty. I'm going to clean this up. The underside looks great. Just very dirty on top there. Take that out. This is the RMS board. Yeah, we have a couple Yamaha sound chips. It looks like a Z80. NEC 804. There's a 6502. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Let's see the bottom side. Just a cap. It's interesting right there. It almost looks like a little burn mark or something. Well, this thing must have been repaired. You see that right there? What chip is that? Interesting. Might have been some repair work done on that. And again, I have no idea what's under that CPU thing. Some weird jumper. Cool. Alright. I'm going to clean those boards up, and I'm going to disassemble this too. Here's the power supply. That came off, and then I'm going to de-rust the frame and clean it all up and then come back. Alright, I'm not showing everything, but just a little bit. I just get one of these tiny little brushes from, I think, Home Depot, and then a little bit of simple green or just a little bit of water, and then I just clean. This is a lot easier than just kind of trying to soak everything, but you know, trying to get everything off that you can as far as dirt goes. And just get, you know, in between the wires and not perfect, but just a little bit of cleaning, get most of the dust and dirt off. Without doing too much damage. Just like that. So, and it's looking a lot better. So, gonna start putting this back together. Okay, I almost have everything back together, and I just figured I would test some caps real quick on this soundboard. And I already did this, but just to show you, I think that's one. Well, that wouldn't have been good. There we go. That's that one. And just test them like this. That's the worst one I had, was about one ESR. Most of these all test good, so I'm not going to screw with it. Yeah, so I tested all these. They test good, so I need to solder these wires back on in here. So there's an AC power coming in right here, and I labeled them. I don't think it matters which way, but oh yeah, it went in this way. Like that. Damn. I just got a little piece of solder. my portable soldering iron here. See if I can do this on camera. One thing I like about the soldering iron, it's a Hakko or Hakko FX 600, and it will start flashing when it's the right temperature, which I kind of like. I'm just going to sit here and wait. It heats up. Dang. It heats up pretty fast. There you go, it's ready. That's it. Alright, let me screw that back in here. Alright, well I have most everything back together and I have my first screw up. If you can see here, my slides are not lining up with the back plate. So I think that I have the sides flipped, like this one needs to go on this side and this one needs to go on that side. Hopefully you can see that real quick. See how that does, it's coming right below it. So I'm thinking this right here, this side needs to go over on this side. I know I have it facing the right way, but I didn't figure there were actually left and right sides to that thing. So let me take it back apart, fix it. Alright, so I'm ready to power it on, and just to see if the fan works and everything. Let me do that real quick, hopefully. Cross your fingers, because I have no idea if this is going to work. I got that fan wet, so very well something bad can happen. Here we go. Seems like it works. That's positive. Let's check our AC here. About 104 going to the power supply. Can you see this already? Yeah, let me zoom in here. I was going to show this real quick. That fan is kind of noisy. I believe, so basically you have your transformer and your wall voltage coming in here, and that is actually set by this thing here, this voltage selector. I didn't actually know how to mess with this before. Let me actually unplug it from the wall. But this voltage selector, you can see, is 117, and you just pull it out, and then you can change what voltage it is. It's a 3-prong kind of voltage selector, and based off of the pins that are wired underneath of here, there's red, I think gray, orange, and green. That comes from here. So 0 volts is gray, and then 117 or 115, no, 115 is red, then orange and green are 220 and 240, and the closest we can get is 117. So you just, and it connects basically the circuit together. So that's 117, and then that puts out 100 volts, and this 100 volts goes to, yeah, actually, let me come right back. Let me see if I actually have voltage going to this transformer when the power switch isn't on. No, the power switch is gray. Yeah, so this power switch will switch the voltage to that real. I'm going to verify real quick. So we're getting about 110 volts going to the monitor from the isolation transformer. It's almost a slight step up because it's about 105 here, 110 there. And let's see here. If I come and do 12 volts, we got about 13 volts AC right there. That's the orange. And I don't know where that orange goes to. That might be for powering a fan. Or maybe the coin door lights or something. That might be coin door lights. And there we go, 13. See if I can get a good connection there. There we go, 13 volts. Now that yellow line basically goes to the amplifier board. So you got a 1.5 amp, 12 volt AC. It's around 13 volts going to the amp, and then a 12 volt tap, probably going to the coin door with this connection right here. I think this is it. Yeah, that's got to be it. It's got a ground and everything. So everything looks fine. I was thinking there might be a way for me to drop the voltage so we can get the voltage a little bit lower, so that the voltage going to the monitor can be closer to 100, but I'm not worried about it. And it's also this 100, let's see, gray and white. Yeah. So this is where the distribution comes in. So you have the white and blue from here. White is going to be basically your hot coming out of this transformer, or into the transformer as well. And then the red comes to this degaussing coil, which I don't know if I tested that. Correctly anyway. Let's go ahead and put this in. And you can see it says 10 volts right now, but if I press this degaussing coil, I should get 100 and some volts, I think. There we go, 103 volts. Then I let go of the switch. So you can see here. So this is the degaussing coil, and when I was looking at it in my first video, I was only getting 10 volts out, but once I press it, it gets 103 volts. And that is coming from basically this goes to the switch, the degaussing switch, and then it goes to, comes back. Yeah, it's just basically wired to this right here, this 100 volts right here. It is not wired to the isolated. Yeah, it's not isolated. I verified that, yeah. So, anyway, it's kind of weird, but everything's working, fan's working. Let me hook up the power supply back up. I'm getting close to putting this thing back together. I did clean the chip legs, but on these 4118 SRAM, a couple of the legs are really flimsy. I mean, there was some definite oxidation. You can probably see it where I can't get to it. Yeah, but it's much better, but they're still weak. I have a feeling these might eventually break. But anyway, I'm going to put them back in. I'm not going to show you. I've just deoxed it, the sockets, and the sockets are single swipe, I think. Well, Are they double? I don't know. They're kind of the ones that apply pressure on the outside, just like Nintendo. So I'll be right back. All right, I went ahead and put everything, well, not everything, but I put the monitor in real quick. I haven't even tested it yet. And I hooked everything up in here, I believe, correctly. And we're going to power this thing on. I put the control panel on. I have my Dark Soft kit in there. And the monitor's hooked up. Let me plug in the back and be right back. Alright, here goes nothing. I heard something. Well, we got an image. It's out of focus. It's blurry. But that's good news. See if I can adjust the focus real quick. Right, we got our... I need to adjust the monitor, obviously. See if I have any volume. Cool. My button's not working. There we go. Alright, I couldn't leave the video like that. And let's see, does it look better with the lights out? There we go. Let me figure out what I was doing. I was still messing around with this, and I went to play Burger Time, and this is what we get here. Something is not right. And I noticed that there were some lines going through the bump and jump. And now that I could hear the game reset, because I could just hear the coin lockout mechanism trigger. So something is not right. There's several of these games that are not booting. Let me go to Burger Time. No, let's do Bump and Jump. I mean, it looks like it's fine, right? Oh crap, I'm gonna have to, how do I coin up? Let me get a quarter. Alright, I coined up, and hopefully you can see it. And just get you guys right in the middle there. But you see how there's these lines going through the screen? I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think that's some type of graphics glitch. So we might have some memory issues. But before I leave, let me play. I found this game and I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah, and I'm not sure about the characters. I mean, it says Flash Boy said fighting ice hockey with the first letter. Maybe that's correct. I don't know. Ocean to Ocean. Peter Pepper's Ice Cream. Let's see if that boots. Nope. See, something. I don't think it's going to boot. Something's jacked up. Either with the kit or something else is going on, probably. Maybe I have bad memory. I don't know. Let me reset this thing. Alright, let's try this. Now I'm just going to play a game real quick. I found this game kind of interesting. This Manhattan game. Now this game boots, and it seems to play fine. Why? I have no idea. I mean, it looks like it plays fine anyway. Yeah, I gotta figure something's not right. Maybe my dip switches? I don't know. Something's not right. Alright, but this game is whacked out. Like this little clown. And then you gotta press the button to launch yourself off that trampoline. And then I think you're supposed to spell like DECO and get bonus points. Whoops, you can't hit the sides like that, obviously. So I don't... No, that wasn't a good one. That was bad. So he lands on his hands. And I don't know what that beeping noise is. Maybe that just means you're falling. Oh man. This game just was kind of interesting to me, and I wanted to share something at the end of the video. Oh, I did bad. See, there's a C right there. You can't hit these red things. That sucked. It's set up for 5 lives. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Why does this game work and not the other ones is kind of strange to me. And there is no, diagnostics. Oh man, that sucked. I think you still get your points or something, right? I don't know. There we go. I'm not timing it very well, but I kind of dig this game though for some reason. It's very simple, and you can go for high score. The sound is probably pretty annoying. Oh, you do get it. That's how you collect the points, I guess. So you get like a bonus. So if you land it, you get that whatever your bonus is adding up to, I guess. Now, do I get 100 points right here? Should it go to 1390? Yeah, it does. Oh man, died. All right, well that is it. I can't resist continuing to mess with this thing, but I do need. I'm going to publish the video. I know it's kind of boring, just me talking a little bit through this, putting this thing back together. But hopefully you learned something or it helps you if you're putting one back together or something like that. All right, that's it. Later.